Hi, I'm 𝙂𝙤𝙤𝙚 from Market Lead, and today's video is about how to simply set up conversions in Google Ads, how to actually practically do it from the interface using Google Tag Manager as well. So this is really simple. The reason why I'm doing this video is because in the past, there's a lot of ways you can do conversion tracking. Pulling it in from Google Analytics, which is retiring. You may be pulling it in from your back end. I think this is probably the best and simplest way because this will be an evergreen strategy, especially if you're running Google Ads. So what do you got to do? And this is just a demo account I've got. Go to Tools and Settings, go to Measurement, and then go to Conversion. So there's a few things we need to do by setting up a few tags first. And what we need to do is go to New Conversion Action. Now, by setting up a new conversion action, this is literally going to be giving us the ability to set up the conversion. And we're assuming right now that I'm just going to use a thank you page. So this is only when we're using a thank you page. I can also show in other ways how to use events in the future, but I'm just going to keep this super simple for now. So for now, I'm going to use marketlead.com.au/thank-you. So with websites, we go to website, and then we just put in a website. So for me, it's marketlead.com.au, and then we press scan. And then we'll go this, and I might just move my head up here or over here, and then add a conversion action manually. Now, by doing this here, we can actually start to do all the things ourselves. So the category I want is just a lead form submission, and I'll just do lead form submission, thank you. And then don't use different value. I only do every one. I do a click-through window of 90 days. Just gives me more data to use to attribute to, and then keep it on data-driven as well. Now, as I'm doing this as well, I'll just explain why I'm doing this video. A lot of people might watch this and go, oh, I already know how to do this. But I have a lot of clients that I start working with where this is still the biggest issue in their account. So I'm going to move myself over here again. We've got this set up, and then we go save and continue. So once this is done, we'll get the instructions to finish. So this is where right now we'd want to go to. You can do it different ways, but I like to use Google Tag Manager over here. And then we get different codes here. So we jump into Google Tag Manager. And once again, I'm going to move myself over here and we go down to tags. And this is where you can start an account fresh. So there are 3 things we need to set up now, or actually 4 that I'm going to do, which will be like the base pixel, the base code, the conversion code, the conversion linker, and then dynamic phone call tracking. So I'll do them one by one. And this one we'll do is just the base code. So Google Ads base code. And this is basically the remarketing code. So you can actually do it by just using the conversion ID. But later on, I can actually show you can do it in another way by getting the audience. But if I just go here, get this code, Tag Manager again, go up here, tag configuration, we go to remarketing, and then add this here. And then there's that conversion linker I was also talking about just before, that this is a big thing that's needed. Trigger all pages. So this means that this retargeting pixel is a base code that goes on all pages just as a tracking code. Not for conversions, just to be like a retargeting pixel. If you've enjoyed this video, remember to like, comment, subscribe, but most importantly, share. And if you're ready to become a market leader and you're serious about increasing your sales, increasing your customers, and scaling your business with Google Ads, have a chat with someone at my team about your Google Ads account at marketlead.com.au. So that's the base code there. The next one is Google Ads conversion, lead submission. And I just have a naming convention that includes the channel, the action, and what the definition of it is as well. And this one will be doing a conversion tracking. So go back here, move my face again, got our conversion ID, go here, conversion ID goes there, and then we go to lead form submission, thank you. And then I put this conversion label in there. So this will know when this is fired, what will fire on it. And the trigger, so this is where we need to add the trigger. So the code is what will fire, but when will it fire? So we need to add a new one over here. And there are so many ways you can do this. I'm going to call it thank you page visit. And you go to page views, some page views, and then go to page path or page URL. It doesn't really matter, either one. And what I like to do is just to get that piece of code and just add this in here. Thank you. So it contains, you can do equals, starts with, there's so many ways you can decide this. I'm just making this so simple. You can do it yourself super fast. And then that's done. Save. And then we've got that done there. So we're still seeing a conversion linker tag is missing in the container. So this is the next thing we'll do. So we go here, and I just call this one conversion linker. And we go here, and we go here, conversion linker, all pages, done. So that's done there. So now we've got the base code. So if someone goes to a thank you page or whatever URL, they will trigger a Google Ads conversion. But the other one I think that's really important that actually did mess me up for a while was the dynamic phone call tracking. So sometimes this can be actually quite hard to set up. So what you want to do is here, go into add new conversion. Sorry, I should have gone back, cancel. And we're going conversion. And this is one of the most important conversions, I think, is phone call tracking. Because if you can't track calls, like they're the highest intent conversion you can get. So we've got calls to a phone number on your website, continue. And then I just call this dynamic call tracking. Don't use a value. I measure only one. Whatever country you're in, I'll do Australia. I'll do 029818. I'll go 28411112. And then that's what the number of the destination where they'll reach. Now, the next thing is important is the display number. This needs to be exactly what it's on the website. So if it's got parentheses on it, or if it's got like a plus, if you're in the States and you've got something like that, you need to put that in there. But that's only if you're going to put the direct code on. I'll show you in a second what you don't need to do. So I'll just copy this here. Call length. Now, this is dependent. I really like to keep it short because I want to measure just conversions when someone takes an action. Similar to when people go, oh, well, if it's 10 seconds, it's going to be a rubbish call. But you're tracking leads that it could be a bot lead and you're optimizing towards that. So a human picking up a phone, for me, is more high intent than someone submitting a lead. Click-through window, I like to keep these really long as well, just to ensure that when the cookies are on the website, they actually show longer and more. And it's better data overall. Create and continue. Now, when you do this here, you can do install the tag yourself, which is an old school way, and it's all dynamically set up. I actually use Google Tag Manager again. So you want to copy this, the conversion ID again. So we go here, bring myself over here, and we go down here. And this is really important. Calls from a website conversion. It's not a conversion tracking, it's call from a website conversion. And trust me, I made the mistake for a long time. So conversion ID, we put that in there. We go down here, we get the conversion label again, conversion label, and then the display number to replace. So this is actually where you'd want to go back and actually get that number, but I'll just go next because you want to make sure it's the same number as the website. So we go here. I'll just go back into the dynamic call tracking just to prove a point. You don't have to do it exactly. All you need to do is copy the number from the website. The phone number is here, or you could go to edit settings and get it that way. Put that number in here. So this will be called Google Ads Conversion Dynamic Call Tracking. And then I'll do that on all pages as well because I want this code to fire on all pages. And then if someone calls, then it fires because this is only a script that's firing. Once someone clicks and calls, that's when the conversion is triggered. So you don't only want it on that thank you page, you want it on all pages. Very important. Now that's done there. And basically that's it. Now, the reason why this is important is because, like I said at the start, one of the biggest issues I see with nearly all accounts, and I've been speaking to a lot of people recently, is conversion tracking on a lot of accounts that are either picking up or currently managing are wrong. So by just doing this correctly from the start, it doesn't even take that long. We're only 8 minutes in, and I did that pretty fast, and I'd usually do it faster if I wasn't having to explain it. But by doing this now, I can actually set up other conversions. So if I've got other platforms that have conversion pixels that fire on the thank you page or all pages, super easy. So if you've got Facebook, for example, you do your Facebook base pixel, and then I'd go in here, go add custom HTML, and then you put the code in there. Is it going to trigger on all the pages, thank you pages? And that's that. The other thing you want to do is if you can't get a thank you page or it's going to a form, you'd want to be setting up a new trigger. Now, triggers are a bit more advanced, especially if you're trying to figure out what things, if it's a form submission, you can figure it out there, or you can also do other things like, element visibility and custom event. The best way to do this is to make sure that your Google Tag Manager is on the website, go into preview mode. And once you're in preview mode, you can actually go to the website, and on the left-hand side, it will actually show you all the events and things that are firing. So then once you fill out a form or do an action that's not a web page, for example, it may show you a bit of an element or a variable that then you can pull back into Google Tag Manager and then use as code. This is a lifesaver. This is what it makes like a paid specialist like myself be able to implement code without developers. It is super easy, super simple. I do this all the time. I love it. You can set up your Google Analytics for Google Tag Manager, Google Ads, Facebook ads, Microsoft ads, any pixel, any codes. You can do advanced scripts with Google Tag Manager. But by doing it this way, it makes it so much easier just to implement tracking and get it done the first time, the right time. The last thing you want is the Google Tag Assistant legacy, where you can actually look on when you go to the thank you pages or to the website if the codes are firing. Now, I'm obviously in Google Ads right now, so this isn't going to be showing me what I need. But if you go to like my website, for example, marketlead.com.au, you can go here and I can show the scripts there, my global site tags, remarketing tags, Google Analytics, Google Tag Manager as well. So this way it's really clear where you can actually analyze if things are firing. And if you fill in a form, it will show in other codes. I can actually just do mine here, book a strategy session. And when you go, let's go, we'll see up here that a conversion tracking did fire as well. So that's really important to know that when you are doing this, you want to be testing your codes afterwards to ensure that it works. So I'll leave it there. You know, I thought this was going to be a 3 or 4 minute video, but usually with this tracking stuff, it does take a bit longer. Really important. I've actually got a full Google Tag Manager training on my YouTube channel that goes through all of this extremely practically, but I thought I'd record this as well. So I'll leave it there. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, but most importantly, share.